Hello ladies and gentlemen, Gamesy here, and this is the Brawlers Guild guide for the first boss in rank 9, Mr. Big Badda Boom. Look at him there, he's adorable. So, this fight is really all about your survivability cooldowns late in the fight when things get scary, and your ability to do strong AE DPS to many targets, again late in the fight usually. So early on you're going to be bursting singles or maybe a couple mobs at a time, but later in the fight you'll have a lot to deal with. Now you start off against Big Badda Boom, as you see here, by himself. When you get him to 75% health, he will explode and split into 3 smaller bombs, in this case Badda Booms. Now throughout the fight, anytime a bomb explodes and splits, it will deal 26,000 damage to you. So that first explosion and split into 3 is just one hit of 26,000. However, when you get these Badda Booms down to 50% health, then they will explode again for the same damage, but 3 of them, and split into 3 smaller bombs, in this case the Badda Bombs. So you'll get 9 bombs in total. And there you can see the split starting. And now these little guys, once you get those to 25% health, so you can see the pattern, 75 for the big one, then 50 for the next smallest, then 25, and then the last ones will be just killing them. So when you get these to 25, these will split again, spawning 3 bombs into the Badda Bombs. And these guys are the final iteration, essentially. However, at this point, you've killed 1 guy split into 3, 3 split into 9, and now 9 are splitting into 27. So you have 27 of the little bombs at the end that when they die and they have low health are all going to explode for that 26,000 fire damage. So if you're not careful, you can kill yourself very easily. If all 27 explode at the same time, it's about 700,000 damage to you at the same moment. So that's where you really need your big survival cooldowns. If you have anything that makes you immune or partially immune, that'd be great. Otherwise, just damage reductions and make sure you're full health leading up to that stage. Other than that, obviously your AE damage starts to matter more and more as the fight progresses and you get more and more targets. So against this first guy, if you're mostly a single target class, then you can make up time here by doing high damage to the first guy as well as the trio mobs, and then you can do AE damage later on. For me, as a monk, I was having trouble with the survival as windwalker, so I decided to do this as brewmaster. And my damage is somewhat lower, of course, but my survival is way higher, and I found that that was more important for me. Now I still get kind of close to the berserk timer, but again, that's just being tank spec, So I move the boss to the safe edge of the room so that when the berserk flames start, I have a couple more seconds, hopefully. The other plan after that is to evenly distribute my damage as much as possible. So when I get the trio mobs, I try to kill them as close together as I can by using AE damage. That's more efficient for my class anyway, and probably is for most people with 3 targets. And once those all split, we have 9 targets, then I keep doing my AE, trying again to get those all to split about the same time, so that then I have the full 27 or so smaller targets at once. Once those are active, then I can use my huge survival cooldowns that allow me to take most, if not all, the damage within a few seconds. And at that point, you want to use your DPS cooldowns as well. So probably around the time that you're doing the 9 targets, and certainly by the time you're doing the 27, if you reach that point very quickly, you're going to want to use your second DPS potion, as well as any DPS cooldowns you have along with your survival ones. So that about does it, I think. It's kind of a fun fight, like I said. Just focus on when you're going to use those cooldowns, both DPS and survival, as well as your target selection. Make sure you take full advantage of any AE damage effects you can for your class. Obviously, it depends greatly on your class and spec, so I can't really help much there. But yeah, just focus on those things and practice a few times and you should get it. And that is Big Badda Boom. So good luck and thanks for watching.